Hey guys, Lovely Freeman here again today, and we're continuing our Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich My campaign as the Ottoman Empire here. So last episode we did the Kaiserreich War. We annexed Egypt, and we're doing this. We redraw the Vilayets, and yeah. So I did notice here that this says Alexandria will be upgraded to an autonomous region, and that's like I was thinking about that while I was at work today. Uh, it says upgraded, quote unquote, but like I noticed like those special ones are the ones that have these bullshit mechanics here, right? This super fun unrest game that you get to manage in distance to resistance, right? Like I don't know, guys. Like I know a lot of people were unhappy with like resistance in general, like that the whole la resistance resistance mechanics. They found it tedious and annoying to deal with. So I don't know. I think it was like a silly decision for like like why would a developer go and say let's take this tedious mechanic that people dislike and we'll make it even worse with this unrest thing over here, so you have to manage even more. So that's a problem, and like this turns all of these states, and right now these are not stuck on those mechanics, right? Uh, so they're not contributing to our obnoxious negative stability that we're having. And I was also thinking about this too, because this says, and I saw a few other people had screenshots on the Reddit, but this says negative 141.50 updates dynamically, but that's impossible for that to be the stability modifier, because I mean you can see we don't have 100 and we wouldn't have, like, we'd be way lower than that. Like I think if you tally it up here, what do we have here? We have uh, 10, 15, 35, 40. 55 stability minus 30, so we'd have 25 stability, and then another 141 off of that, we'd be at like over negative 100. So like that must be something else in addition to negative stability. But that is a stability symbol they're sticking next to it. It's like that's just really confusing in what that actually does. I also did notice panning around that unrest does attribute to your resistance target. So taking a look at our resistance mode. Like I remember seeing some pretty high numbers over here, and I'm wondering like maybe we already had the Syrian revolt and the Kurdish revolt and these other revolts. Like maybe once they revolt, they don't revolt again, because I think like from last episode these are pretty high for a while too, and we're not getting revolts. So maybe there's something to do with that. And also there's this option we had, like I was going through these again. It's like army 30 army experience, like what's probably going to be a militia unit is probably shitty. And then we've been using this martial law thing, but there's also this thing over here that unrest will decrease. And this doesn't say that you can only do it once. Like this says you can't do it if you've already enacted it. But this says you can do it more than once. I'm wondering if like the way you get yourself out of this stability situation is just you spam political power decisions. Of course, I don't think any of these ones, I was going through them before I started the video, I don't think a whole lot of these ones decrease. Like most of these like piss people off. So there's that. There is also I remember yesterday we got the one of these things over here, single party dictatorship. So the more states we centralize, and if you'll recall, like from this fun mini game we get to play, you can centralize or decentralize. So for each state we get to the final end over here, we'll get some additional bonus. This modifier will be increased for every state outside. So I'm not sure how we have a lot of states, so I imagine it's probably just +1 per state. But I was looking around, and I think in our like Iraqi region before I started this video, I was looking around just so I'm not spending hours panning the camera around. Our Iraqi region does have, I think we're pretty close in Iraq. Like if you notice, like there's like no resistance in these areas over here, like Iraq. I mean, over here in Baghdad, very low resistance we have, and the integration on the Iraqi territories was pretty high, 90%. So 300 days. This is only 5%, but I think if we pay the 50 political power, we can just up that state, and then we'll get those extra bonuses for that. So like maybe we'll do that. Yeah, but this, I'm getting cold feet about this, Because it says autonomous region status, and that seems like that's bad. But also, I noticed when I was looking at our stability, we have this Egyptian integration effort. So we're taking negative 30% stability until we come down to the Conference of Alexandria over here, which is a 140-day focus. So I guess we'll finish this and see if that does tank our stability. We'll have to watch our stability and see. Like, hopefully it's a fair focus and it's not going to fuck us like that. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, the developers think having this stuff is fun, so we'll see what it goes. I'd be very upset if this we take this and all of a sudden we have a bunch of high unrest in Egypt and our stability goes in the shitter. If we have to spend more manpower on garrisons, that would be. It's like pay focus to fuck yourself. It's like I really hope that's not great. I really hope that doesn't happen. So we'll see how that plays out. Demobilize their economy. It doesn't say we take a stability hit. I know a lot of countries have that. You'll get like a negative 5% stability every time when it runs itself out. But this one says effects if not selected activates mission. So maybe we don't have to click this. I mean, let's just not click that and see how she goes there. I also noticed too, we were paying additional, like our consumer goods factory, we have this economic turmoil. I'm not sure like where that came from. I think we might have started the game with that, but I think that might have. No, that's because we annexed Egypt. I thought that looked new. Okay, so we have economic turmoil for over there, and I noticed you had to come all the way down here to integrate state monopolies to clear that out. So I think we're probably railroaded into doing this first to like unfuck ourselves, and then this is the focus we need to take for the to unlock that pay political power. I think it's kind of pointless for us to like take that right now, though. I mean, we're not making all that much political power per day. We're also doing all these things over here, which are sapping our political power by quite a bit. So, I don't know. I think, like, these national spirits here for the, these national spirits for the consumer goods factories and that negative 30% stability from Egyptian integration effort, like, those are pretty bad, and we probably want to clear them, so I'm thinking we just do this. But, and there's always a but here, right? It's like, look at the Caucasus region. They're at war with Russia. We just had that failed conference. If we don't join the Reichspakt, like, immediately to help shore these states up, then Russia is going to push past these chokes. Probably the AI is, like, real dumb, and sometimes, like, this won't defend them. It's, like, almost a miracle that they're able to hold them off at the right spots, like right now. But if we're not able to get up there and do that, then Russia's probably going to kill these, and we're going to have like a much harder time defending against Russia on this front. But if we do that, we would need to join the Reichspakt, and I think the way we would do that is like there's this abolish full neutrality thing over here. Azerbaijan will be brought into our sphere in exchange for Reichspakt membership. So we'll do this, and I guess I think that means we join the Reichspakt. Like at face value, I think that's what that would mean. And then we'd be at war with Russia, and we can do that. And then we'd have like a front over here and like a front over here. But then we're also at war with the Internationale. If we do that, and then if we're at war with the Internationale, then we have this massive fucking coastline. That we're not garrisoning right now. And like we don't really have a huge division count. And I strongly doubt we'll be able to get naval superiority over the Internationale. So we'd like be kind of pretty dependent on the French and the Canadians. I don't know, maybe the Germans have something left to like come over here and help us not get naval invaded. And that's a dicey situation too. Either that or we just have to like give up a lot of this land over here. Which if it's resisting maybe isn't a big of a problem. Like we could maybe bunker up this area over here. I don't think they can come from this side of the Suez. Of course, the Princely Fed is able to join the Coprosphere. Although maybe it looks like they might be aligning with Germany this game. But But the princely Fed is able to join the Copro sphere, and German East Asia is at war, or maybe not yet, but like German East Asia probably will be at war with the Copro sphere, and then we also have a border with the Princely Federation, so this is like a really tricky spot. Like, if we don't join the Reichspakt now, we're going to lose the Caucasus, but we're clearly not ready for a war. So I think maybe I should have tried a different strategy to try and speed around the Kaiserreich war to like avoid this situation. But I mean, it is what it is. Of course, blind playthrough. You don't know how things are going to play out. And this dealing with this unrest it seems like it's going to take an annoying amount of effort to do. So I guess we just do that for now. And because Russia has war goals against us too to force the Strait. Like if they went expansionism, and it's Savinkov's like probably he went expansionism. I guess we can't see. We don't have enough intel. But we're going to be at war with Russia probably, and having these choke points are huge. But let's, because we're just not ready for that fight, though. I don't think. So you're our infantry guy. What do we have for? We have a bunch of these rifles. What's their logistics look like? We have some artillery. Maybe we can convert over. Just get these guys the sport artillery. Supposed to just rifles. Can we do that? Yes, we can. We can afford that. And yeah, so we still have a pretty big deficit of support equipment. So, let's put some more factories on support equipment. We're building a decent number of tanks per day. Of course, we are getting a negative stability hit to our factory output, which is pretty awful. And we need army experience for our division template and stuff too. So let's I don't think they'll chain Caucasus right into us, but they might. Like I think they just got redone. Their foreign policy, I think they just got redone to account for the changes in the Middle East. So it is possible that maybe they will chain that. I don't know how Russia's AI was changed. So we'll throw some divisions over there, I guess, and we'll throw. It's probably easiest to defend behind this river. You guys can join this army. I guess we don't need to guard that for now. So I think we'll do that, and then we'll try and deal with our political situation, and we'll see if. Okay, so what are these? Ottoman invigoration. I think that was the army buff. I think Ottoman invigoration, right? We got that after we had already killed Egypt anyway, so it was pointless, and we don't have the standoff anymore. Okay, that's I guess fine. Other decisions. Like, where else do we have that's close? Tripolitania, 15%. 90% in Iraq. We already talked about Iraq. I don't remember seeing anything else that was, like, close. I mean, 55, fair enough. We can't do any of these focuses anyways. Or we can't do any of these anyways. I think we'll deal with centralization later, and I just want to stabilize our position right now. So I guess we'll do that. I think there's a few focuses. That do negative resistance, like there's some or negative unrest, like there's some unrest over here. Yeah, every owned state unrest will decrease. We didn't do that Varlik. I think that was the one that gave us political power, negative consumer goods. We didn't click it, so that'll do that. And we can, I guess, do some. We didn't do Khedivate Restore. It's like this stuff's not even on the path we can do. This seems pretty good too. Recruitable population factor 50%. Like, I guess we might as well come over here and do this, set ourselves up, and then is there anything that gets us political power in here? Remove national spirit, institutionalized Islam. I think that's the political power debuff, isn't it? Yeah, negative 15% right now. So we might want to do that, but this says heavy resistance from ulama and conservative opposition can be expected. It's like maybe that's a playing with fire choice. Okay, so we have political power gain, construction speed, and resistance growth speed negative. That's probably pretty key to get. Negative stability, I'm not about that right now. Not about that at all. Like, this is just economy shit. I don't think that's going to affect our resistance at all. So what do we do for our focus plan? I think first, like we pretty much have to get down here to clear the -30 stability, and we'll clear economic turmoil. And then this seems to give us a lot of unrest decrease, military police, okay, whatever. And then building slots, we probably don't need this right away, and that's also 140 days. Maybe we come down here and we get this, and then we'll get the political power up. This one over here, and then we'll do this one over here that'll help us spend that political power that we're getting to reduce unrest. I think that's a strategy we go for, and we'll try and just get enough stuff in the field. We have 137 division cap, it says here. So we'll do that one, and then we'll try and get enough guys in the field. So that, like, if we do wind up joining the Reichspakt, we'll be able to cover all of our borders. What's the situation like over here? Are these guys... Oh, shit, that's, Belgrade Pact. It's not, I think... I'm not sure if Austria joins the Reichspakt if Belgrade Pact declares on them, but then we'd also have, in addition to fronts over here, we have a border with Greece over here as well. So if we do align with Germany and Austria aligns with Germany, there's a possibility we wind up at war with the Belgrade Pact. That would not be good at all. We just don't have enough troops to cover all these fronts. We have like front here, we'd have naval invasions we'd have to block. We have a front in Caucasus, we'd have a front here, and we'd have a front here. And we have not even 2 full stacks of infantry. So like that's not going to work. Let's keep going. Keep going. I don't think we go, like, do we not get a decision about Persia? Okay, so there it is. There it is. Persia. I mean, I'm not going to take a stability hit for an annex, right? Like, not. We're already hurting for stability. And if we liberate them, then they could be like a buffer against. Well, I mean, against Princely Fed, they could be a buffer. I'm pretty sure Russia has. Do they still have that to declare on Persia? Transamur. Secure Central Asia. Maybe they don't. Decision to attack isolated countries in Europe. So rearmament program, like this used to be over here somewhere. So I guess they've moved that, so it's not available until after you do some of these other things. It's not a huge change for Russia. Well, this isn't a Russia video, so we don't care about Russia. So I think that's a bit unclear whether or not they can go to Persia. Like I know they used to be able to do that before, and they used to be able to force open the straits to attack over here. So like hopefully that'll work as a buffer for at least like a little while if we need it to. And maybe they'll train some troops for us. In the new patch, they did say that puppet troops that you request as expeditionaries do not count as... let's actually test that right now. So at 48, can we request from Jabal Shamar? Yes, we can. Okay. So these guys are a normal puppet now. They weren't before. I seem to remember, like, when we first started this video... like when I was checking them, they're like some emirate or some autonomous something or other, and we couldn't do anything with them, like because that was what was blocking our Order 66. We still have 48. Yes, we are. So like that does work. That does work. So that works as expected. So that's nice. Construction, building bunkers, right? Because we were going to have that defensive line over here. I was really gung-ho last video about trying to go to war with Russia, I think, just because of like trying to push into the Caucasus. But like when I was looking through the map and our situation before I started recording this segment, this unrest thing is like really hurting our economy right now, and like I don't know, like they did say we could like expect riots at 70%, and like if we have to hold these borders and we start getting these things popping up, and we have to guard our coast, and we have war with the Belgrade Pact potentially, like we're just gonna get overwhelmed and die. I think if that were to happen. So I think we'll try and stabilize our position first, even though that's like super boring. I think that's what we have to do. Language trouble in the Mashriq, in an attempt to preserve the importance, probably is what I meant to say there. In an attempt to preserve the importance of the Arab language in public life and to ensure its continued importance in arts and culture, various small clubs have organized themselves across the Mashriq dedicated to promoting the Arab language, holding discussions about Arab writing, opening and maintaining libraries, promoting social activities with elderly and children, and even using the radio waves to preach their message of peaceful resistance. They are welcomed by both Muslims and Christians alike, leading to an almost explosive growth across Syria and Iraq. As the Ottoman government has no control over these organizations, many fear that they are used as separatist hotspots and that Arab nationalists are using them to spread their message to the Arab bourgeoisie. While these are uncertain, however, whether or not intervention is justified, as they aren't openly breaking any laws, and they expect the backlash to be tremendous if they are shut down without good reason. Let's not get the unrest. Even it hurts us right in the political power. Are we reducing resistance in the right areas? Wonder. I hope so. And where's our spies at? One guy over here, one guy over here, one guy over here. Those probably are that's pretty high too. We haven't had a revolt here yet either, I think. So like maybe we send a guy over here. Yeah, and you go over here. Like I guess we'll go like with that for now. All right, so this is like, oh fuck off, really? Really? Hi. Okay. Great. So we did that focus, and it looks like now we have, like, I think we checked before, and this wasn't there. So this basically just fucks you right in the mouth and gives you negative. This is like a negative. I'm not sure what we were at before. I think we're at like negative 20 something, 25, weren't we when we started this video? So this is like a negative 40% stability swing almost. Fuck me. Seriously? Yeah, that's a real great upgrade. Wonderful. Fucking wonderful. So I think hopefully one of these focuses deals with that. I guess we'll just continue coming down this path. Great. Great. So it's like, if you want your consumer goods factories and your stability back, you have to come down this tree. But it's like a trap. They fucking trapped you because you click this and then there you go. Good night for stability. Great. Thanks. I think we just gotta keep on working our economy. I think the split is fine. We do need to start building up equipment. It's like already 1940. And we're short in steel. Let's get some more steel. Higher education in the Ottoman Empire. As literacy rates steadily rise across the empire and more students enroll in the universities of our grand nation, many have brought up the need for a new institution to supplement the Dar al-Funun Sana Imperial University in Constantinople. A variety of law, medical, and technical schools already exist throughout the empire, most notably in Beirut, Damascus, and Baghdad. Serving as a token of our modernist reforms, technological innovation, and the future of the Ottoman people, debate rages over its location as many prominent cities have thrown their hat in the ring. Adana, pearl of southern Anatolia, has established itself as a key industrial region over the last few decades, further increased by its strategic location close to the Suriye Vilayets. Smyrna, the cosmopolitan melting pot of Greek and Turkish culture, is one of the most developed and the largest cities in the empire, and has long been seen as both an intellectual and economical hub of the port. Tucked away in Iraq, the city of Mosul has seen its importance skyrocket in recent years. The export of oil from Mesopotamia, Vilayets, exponentially increases. Close Ottoman supervision over the region, further aided by the Turkoman population and connections through the Berlin-Baghdad Railway, has made it a veritable hub of the new Ottoman movement, as its choice would be seen by many as a further attempt by the port to bring the region under its wing. What does this do? Alright, so we get to increase unrest in one of these places. So where is Adana? Does it say here? Southern Anatolia? Konya, Mugla. Okay, so there's Adana. Very low. It's like, that's pointless. Smyrna. I think Smyrna's over here, okay. Medium, so that would help a little bit. And Mosul. That's Kirkuk. Mosul here, low. So Smyrna, I think, had the highest, right? Smyrna, yes. Let's go. Let's pick Smyrna. Oh, you're gonna garrison. Yeah, still chipping away at us there. Jeez. I think I was reading that in vanilla, 50% is a point at which your garrisons receive double damage, 50% resistance. So this just tells us their target. Is this going to tell us what the negative hits are? No. So maybe it's just resistance. Like I think in vanilla you get tabs like these over here which tell you, or it's like, is this stuff over here? Okay, there it is. So on the map it appears organized resistance, penetration chance 50%. Damage to garrisons 100%. Harsh. And this has uprising, which is division speed, local supplies, attrition. So like those are pretty rough. Of course, for not at war, it's not that big of a deal, I suppose. So I'm not really sure what garrison penetration chance is. Like I was looking at the log here, and like I think that's probably has to do with like whether or not your garrison stops the activity. But I'm not sure if that's like a straight percentage or how that's calculated. So like when it says that, it's like a little bit, whatever. It's bad, obviously. Something to think about. But unfortunately, the spies are out there. I don't want to be. Local police force is kind of the best law to be in because you get the negative 50% damage to garrisons and you have 65% garrison reduction. So, like, if we can live with these negatives over here, probably like 65% less garrison versus if they're getting an extra 100% damage to garrisons. I don't know if that's better or not. Hall Cavalieri program. Okay, that's nice. The Hall Cavalieri People's Houses program has been officially announced today as an attempt to increase social cohesion between the various citizens of the empire and promote consciousness amongst the lower strata. In practice, however, the houses or community centers have as task to promote the reforms undertaken by the OHF and stimulate popular support for secularist and modern society. Seen by some as an answer to similar Arab organizations in the Mashriq, the institutions are quickly spreading through the nation, with already close to 60 of them spread out across the empire, primarily in Anatolia. While Turkish reaction to the houses seems to be fairly warm, even in conservative areas, despite the message they are portraying, Arabs have shown far less interest, with a branch opened in Medina receiving no visitors at all. How happy is the one who says, "I am an Ottoman"? It's like these are all probably areas that like, actually these are all, there's some mediums over here. Ankara. Well, so it does help a little bit. Now we're only at negative 46. Of course, the lower your stability drops, the higher your weekly drift is. And there's that at least. How are we on our tanks? 207 tanks. Let's maybe start building that division template. I guess we work off of, like, we don't really have a motorized template. We just have this thing that we got from that focus. So I guess we'll just work off this. 20. We have like 26 XP. So we can like stick another tank on there. And like I don't think I'd want to enter a war with at least 2 of these. Like we can just convert these over and build them up, even though we don't have the equipment. That's probably fine. Can we send volunteers to these guys? We could actually. Maybe we want to do that. So we can like send 2 units here and 2 units here. Yeah, I guess we should. Panzer leader, maybe we could like get him to learn like Mountaineer or something. Yeah, okay. I think these ones are better divisions, so we'll send some volunteers. We'll try and farm this guy, I guess. We can only send 1. Well, that's much less exciting, isn't it? Well, it's better than the kick in the pants, I guess, but better than that national focus we just took that fucked us for 40 stability. I don't know, maybe that'll be helpful. Like I said, I really do not want the Russians to get. I mean, they're already in over here. They're in over here. Like, I think the AI has fucked up that hold. Oh, Sudan here, great. So we get puppet Sudan. I remember Sudan being like a decent puppet for manpower. We have 33k. That's not a huge amount. Request forces. Oh, you guys. Oh, so I guess they don't have it. They don't have any. That makes sense because they just appeared, right? But that's. So these are Ottoman Emirate. Country doesn't allow you to request their forces, of course. So great. It's like this is going to be pretty worthless, unfortunately. But I guess we have to do it. So there it is. I wonder why this is like an Occupy puppet, but this is an Emirate. This is also an Occupy puppet. So I guess the ones you get from war are Occupy puppets, and the ones that are made by these events are these Emirates. That's kind of weird, but this seems to suck pretty badly, this Ottoman Emirate. Can we train troops from their template? No, we cannot. It's like those... So these puppets are completely worthless. Do this conference at Alexandria. That's very disappointing. I was like usually when you're playing as old Ottoman, you're able to get able to do this, and this kind of gives you a nice split between like the manpower of Sudan and the industry of Egypt. So that's a bit disappointing. A bit disappointing that's actually unhelpful, completely unhelpful. Alright, so we got some volunteers here. And we'll use, yeah, this is a guy that we're trying to farm up. Yeah, that's a Hills. I mean, Hills fighter would be okay to learn. See if we're able to we could also like disband these units here and like try and upgrade these, like using like try to train them up to be switch templates, so we get the experience on our tank unit. That costs us experience, like army experience to do those, so I don't know if that's a great idea. You're attacking even now. We'll stay on that tile. That's fine. Decisions. Demobilize their economy. Did we take? I thought we were at negative 30 there at one point. Did we? Are we taking a 5% stability hit every time this runs out? Let's watch that and find out. 44 days. This is pretty bad for Germany. Let's take a look over here. So, Netherlands flip is, of course, they get to walk across the Rhine for free. So that sucks. Do they get any other bad flips? Not. I mean, this is pretty harsh over here, but they're. I guess the Third International is also at war with Russia. No. So like, what's up with that then? That's pretty gross. Yeah, we're. What's our production like? We don't need tools yet. Let's keep on building our industry. How aggressive is Russia being in the Caucasus? Like, is it even worth it? Are they going to grind into us? Famine in the Persian Gulf. Heard by the hardships of the World War, the situation has reached the breaking point in the Persian Gulf as severe drought has further exacerbated the already hungry people. No rain has fallen since last year, and the situation has been reported on the ground as highly critical. In fact, cattle and camels are in such an emaciated condition that if rain does not occur within the next few weeks, it is more than likely that they will be unable to withstand the consequent cold and exposure and will perish. In Ras Al Khaimah, rice and sugar have become in such short supply that people have started to boil and squeeze date sacks in order to extract the last drops from them. Mazari traders have left with their families and gone to Kenya in hopes of finding food there, whilst others have set sail for Mesopotamian Delta in hopes of receiving support from the local government. Great, more resistance. And of course, Russians have 7-2s. Like, it's actually pretty dangerous to attack into those when you have 10 O's, which we do have. So like our volunteers are gonna be kind of like of limited value here, I think. And like these guys keep stepping off of these bunker tiles. Like I don't know what they're doing, why they keep moving like this, but that's the AI for you, doing AI things. Let's see if like we actually do take this take a stability hit when this expires. 20 days, 20 days. And we are negative political power now, okay. Yikes. It's a mountain tile too, so that's cool, I guess. Hopefully like we can build up and like I don't know. I'm not sure how realistic or feasible it would be to like hold the Russians up here, like especially after they push through these spots. But we can hope. Let's just keep on building this template. Peace deal here. Now it looks like Middle Africa exploded, so that's not great for the Reichspakt, which is not great for us, because probably we'd want to join their team, because Russia's going to come after us anyways, and they seem to be doing better than I would have expected them to do after they've got this flip over here, though, so that's nice. Nice. check resistance. Like we're doing the best we can with our. This is at 93%, but this is like an impassable area, right? It's like if this doesn't really matter that we're gonna have negative supply in this impassable area, probably not. And I guess we'll see if we get a revolt by the Hajjaz. Like we could probably just take these guys as troops and try and deal with it if that happens. But I think they did say 70% was the target. So we get that. Upgrade to Viliate status, building slots. Yeah, as I said, we don't really have the factories to build in those building slots right away anyways, so... do trade for aluminum to build support equipment? Probably, that's a good idea. Yeah. So I think after these decisions over here too, because I remember clicking a bunch of these, like so 94 days we'll get a bunch of this political power gain back. So maybe that was a bad idea to click them all at once, but I do want that research buff gone, or that research fee buff gone. Yeah, so it looks like we did not take a stability hit when that rolled over. So I guess we can just ignore that. That's I don't know if that's a bug or not, because I know for some countries you get negative 5% stability. But I guess we're lucky enough that's not the case, of course. Like if that was going to hit us with negative 5 for stability, we would have to drop off war economy immediately. East Turkestan wants to send officers for training. The new state of East Turkestan has recently grown closer with our government. It seems that the plans for cooperation have been realized. The government has sent a request to ours asking their military train some of their officers to make their army more ready to defend the state against enemies from both within or without. The supply cost so small it could be justification to refuse them. I don't know. I mean, we're not making any political power here anyways. We're going to be in the negative, so we might as well spend it. I don't care. I'm not going to give up the Suez. I think you take that to form that special country. I don't know, maybe... Is there any of these decisions that are actually helpful for us that we could take? So this is over here. No, that's not going to do anything. If we have political power, we have 73 political power, but it's going to be gone. That probably wouldn't help either. 20% integration, though, I mean, that's pretty big in Syria. I wonder where that came from. Maybe that has to do with the event we just got. Like you take the rush to pay 25 and you get 75. Is it like a good guy Greg choice or something? If you decide to be a decent human being to your Turkestan buddies, you get political power for it, and it's like a hidden benefit. Maybe. So let's see if we can grab some of these puppet troops and we'll just set them up as Coast Guards. No, I know we can't. So these guys are these guys have upped their status or something like that to whatever the fuck this is over here. So now these guys are also pointless. Great. So that sucks. I wonder if they have like a focus tree that does that. I don't think so. I know some countries, if you occupy them, like in Asia, get their own, like they unlock a different focus tree. We have that. I think these guys are just the helmet version, right? So we pulled a bunch of guys from Persia. I guess we can probably use those as Coast Guards. I mean, I probably wouldn't worry about holding the island. This is like a lot of coast and like a lot of ports to cover. Roads. I guess there's that. $35 we would need. I guess we can dump these guys there too for now. Fine. We should probably upgrade our artillery too. Or we could go for planes. Let's maybe go for plane. Or tools. Yeah, I mean, we are getting like a little bit close. Like we don't want to. I don't want to be missing growth. So like we'll get tools there. Decision, like that's the shit again. Like if we're not going to take a stability hit, like I'm not going to click it and demobilize. It seems like that'd be a bad idea. We'll do that, and then maybe we'll take this over here, and that should help our stability. We'll just do this to 70 days to remove unrest. I think this is like to lower one province's resistance is like 30 political power after we have to take that focus. But if you figure like it's only one political power per day, and this is a 70-day focus to do that, so you're paying essentially 70 political power to get 23 decreases, which seems a lot better. Yemen becomes puppet of Trucial States becomes puppet. We remove that spirit. So yeah, okay, so we've recovered our 30% stability. This is the consumer goods debuff, which, like, let's clear that so we can continue building our industry. Return your many lands. I don't think we will be doing that. What about you guys? Are you, okay, they're in a Emirat. These guys are still an occupied puppet. They have no divisions, though. And the Trucial States over here are also this other thing. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess you get the countries in your faction, but you have no actual control over them. So they're kind of they seem like pretty crap puppets to get. This is much less exciting than I thought it would be. Looking at that focus earlier, but I suppose the this is pretty fugly. What's over here, anyways? And there are some factories over there. So we'll hold on to that for now. Keep click. Okay, cool, whatever. They are attacking into us, so hopefully we'll be able to learn Mountaineer. It'll be pretty alright. Get rid of that. So the economic turmoil. I guess we must have gotten that after we annexed Egypt after the Kaiserreich War, and I just didn't notice it. But we're getting that consumer goods 20%, which is pretty quite shitty. That's awful. So that's costing us like 16 factories. Get that. Air. So like, I think we do want to try maybe at least some air, like from that one spirit we have here. Like I noticed that this This gives us, for every century, this will give us hopefully a whole lot of air superiority bonus. And of course, to make the best use of that, you would need to have air. So maybe we should start working towards their fighters. Like, I'm probably not going to build any 1936 fighters, but you still need to get the research away before you start producing it. Otherwise, you won't have it when you have the production capacity, right? King Edward abdicates the throne. Turkish integration program. Yeah, more unrest increasing. I think that's the one we were looking at earlier. So now we're starting to get some political power. But I think we just save up until we can get that one decision, or this one focus over here that gives us the pay 30 political power to lower unrest. How is our resistance going anyways? Like, I think we're like going down, 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 down. So everything is dropping. So that's nice. So, it looks like Georgia capitulated, so we're getting your volunteers back there. Go for the old last stand try there. Ooh. We're actually going to win with the old last stand try, it looks like. That's nice. The Empire celebrates Eid, so we have Eid. Okay, like, I guess we have some downtime. Let's like maybe look at these and see if there's anything. So we're not going to do that, we said. So this gives us negative stability and unrest increase. It's all bad to give us 20%. This gives us 10% and an infrastructure and no unrest, but we have to pay a civilian factory. That's not too bad. We have to have done some sort of focus. That just gives us party popularity. This is increase in unrest, and we get 20% integration. This over here, unrest increase, base stability, negative 20. So for this over here, we need 50. Just gonna maybe pause here. I don't want to have things get too sidetracked. I think we just hold our political power to reduce resistance, like I said there. So that's why I'm not going to click anything. All right, so Syrians at 50. This would give us 20. That would give us anything. This would give us 10, so it would get us to 80. And this would give us 20. So we'd have to do all this stuff. And a minimum of 400 days out if we click that decision to integrate Syria. Okay, Greece, we're at 45. This would give us 20. That would be 65. This would be 75, 85, 95, and 100. So we have to click all these things, it looks like. It's like we don't have a choice, it looks like. It looks like you're going to have to click all of the decisions to actually get them up to 100% so you can do the... you can get them up to that last level over here of Ottoman province. So you're going to have to eat all of these hits eventually. So probably what the best strategy is to, if you're going to piss off particularly one area and you only have like 3 spies, probably you'd want to like focus on one then the other. But on the other hand, some of these are pretty long. And if we have to do them, like maybe we should just get them out of the way now. So, okay, so I should have checked this earlier. That's another big mistake here. So this is 400 days, and we'll have to do it eventually, and it's going to increase unrest. Okay. What are the long ones over here? 200 days, 100 days, 100 days. So 200 days is, so we have to have status of the autonomous regions. Where is that at? This thing down here. Okay, so I guess they tell us it unlocks decisions. This, this. Like, I guess we have to do that so we can start doing those things. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck out for a while. Reorganize Villages. So this is the one we want to do next. Get that political power gain, and then we'll get the thing that lets us reduce the unrest. And then I guess we do these decisions. We can start the centralization process. Great state monopolies. So that was this thing over here. So I guess we'll just click this, just get it out of the way. Is there anything else we can click that's going to be on the critical path? Call it a franchise and act passes. Okay, so what does this do? So this is Diyarbakir, Van, Kars, Igdir. So that's 3 provinces for 100 political power, which seems like that's worse than doing the unrest. But this also gives us negative resistance targets. Like, maybe that's worth the 100 political power. And we can't click any of these either. Yet. That's another 400 day one, though. 200, 100, 100. This doesn't take any time, I guess. 300 days. 100 days. $600 days. Order by the locomotive. Okay, so order by the locomotive is actually pretty important then. Where is that? Over here. And we have access to it immediately. So let's actually cancel this and pick order by the locomotive. That's 200 political power, though. We're making a lot now, though. I guess we must have cleared those decisions. So I think we do that. So there's that one. That was 400. This is 300. And I think there was another one over here. That was a 400 that we have to do. This is also 400. We need extend authority over the Kurds, which is extend authority over the Kurds over here. Maybe we want to leave the Kurds alone for now. %25% to Mountaineer. That's scary. Hopefully Russia doesn't come at us right away, and we have some time. We still need to sort ourselves out, so there's that. Alright, so we have like our extra lines of factories now. It's like, this is pretty nice. Get research speed there. Let's maybe we have guys with artillery, so we might as well get the artillery upgrade. That's fine. We'll continue upgrading this. Alright, so you got order by the locomotives. Let's go ahead and then get the political power gain. Distracting speed and resistance, growth speed minus 10%. That seems pretty important. Alright, so this takes 250 days. So we'll click that. I mean 200 power for that, which is like the big one, I guess. So we'll save up for that. So this is going to be boring for a while. We get to play this fun, super fun unrest game. Clicking decisions. So this is 300 days. We don't have to pay anything for it, so we'll do that. I guess we didn't even need to do that, but this will give us, it'll decrease anyway. So Iraqi Vilayet's at 100%. So we can up this. We can up this now. Centralized authority. Basra is Iraqi. I think he's gonna. I don't know. Let's see if we can get them to revolt. That would at least be something, right? And they're already very high. Diary. So we're getting a flag, so it's going to be this thing again over here. Stability's positive. We did it. Positive stability. And Germany's still holding on. It's like they might actually hold on long enough. Like, which is again surprising after that flip over here. Usually they will die very fast when that happens, and it looks like they might still be falling apart. But maybe we'll be able to hold out long enough for us to like go and help them. It's also nice that we get an experienced trickle. Of course, we do not have the political power available to send an attaché. I guess even more political power, and then we'll do this thing that'll let us spend that to. Or if we're saving up for that 200 political power anyways, we're not going to spend that right away. Let's just get this over here for resistance decreasing. Decrease more resistance to help our stability. And we have a bonus for construction. Not sure where that came from, but I'll take it. Oh, there comes Austria. See how that goes. Like usually Austria's more trouble than it's worth. In my opinion anyways. We have more slots in Constantinople. Okay, so this is just one civilian factory used for 10% integration, so we'll do that. Okay, so this is 35 political power, so we're not going to click that. We're not going to spend that. We're looking for that 200. For that 200. I'm researching that plane. Unfortunately, I don't think we're able to supply our unit anymore. So we're not, yeah, there's no port in Baku, unfortunately. So this unit's probably going to die. And we are taking a negative stability hit for that. Yeah, we're trying to improve our stability. I can't afford that. So we'll have to take the hit. I think we just went from 1 to -4. So like I think we are, even though it didn't say it, I think we are taking that hit then. Fuck. Wonder how much stability we lost previously from that. Alright, we got that 200, so let's slam that 200 decision over here. Construct that railway. And this is 100 days. For 35 PP. And 200 days over here is some other tax collection. So this isn't really on the critical path at the moment. Yeah, what's our tank units looking like? So we're in the green on tanks now. Let's get the SP anti-air. Nice to get an attaché to Germany too. Maybe, I don't know, attaché seems not as important as fixing, like this stability is like really hurting our factory output. Or steel, I guess. Yeah, okay, so India joined the Cobra Prosperity Spears. Like that's probably going to be rough for us. Did that. Let's get the. So these are only 35 days over here. So like let's this will also probably help our stability. Max planning negative 20%. It's not great, but army experience gain is not too bad. Division org plus 10 is fine too. Gives us a stack of 50 army XP as well. Maybe we do want to send an attaché. Like we have variants to do and we're still not dead in Baku yet. So that's something. And we are making a lot of political power now, so let's just send the attaché to get that army XP incoming. And then we'll concentrate on dealing with the unrest. 31% stability. So like we are, that one focus helped quite a bit then. I guess if we were at high and we went to medium, that gets us for every province that affected, that would have gotten, that's like 2.5 stability, so that's nice. And got 10 XP, so maybe we send these to as volunteers to Germany once the division template's done. So also, if you have the surplus tanks, start training another division. Balkan War. So I kind of called that. It's like kind of how it went down then, wasn't it? So like Austria joins Germany's team, then the Balkans attack Austria. I think Austria is definitely more trouble than they're worth. Like, I think it's questionable as to, like, so Austria's already getting their ship pushed in by Italy, and now they're also going to have to fight the Belgrade Pact, and that's a bit questionable. Let's get that AA. Yeah, let's. I'll wait till we have enough to do like a decent variant, then we'll swap our production over. Or maybe we just want to do our production now anyways. Yeah, let's just switch it over. Start building efficiency. So steel is going to be an issue for us too, it looks like, if we're at war with Russia. Or if we join the Reichspact, we'll be at war with Hyderabad, Russia, and this stuff over here. It's like our steel situation is going to be off. And there, Azerbaijan dies, and our unit died too. So like that's a bit sad. Okay, so order restored in Persia. Okay, so these guys still stay like as a decent puppet, I guess. All right, so we got that. Let's request some more of these forces and throw them in our coast guards. So we have 30 divisions in there, so okay, so that's great. And you guys can like join that army again. Seems like we have lots of sport equipment available. Can you guys be engineer guys? Yes, well I guess we'll do that. Get engineers. Some dockyards and naval bases. Fuel silos. Infrastructure probably not be too bad. I don't know. We still need to deal with our stability problem though, right? Like, and this unrest thing. Recruitable population here. Our population is getting low. So like, getting the additional recruitable population factor out of this stuff might be good. This will also deal with even more unrest. 13 for unrest. That'll be good. Stability, straight stability 15. I think the stack of unrest reduction would probably get us the biggest benefit though. Maybe we should save some of those for after we start doing centralization though. That seems like this is big over here. Let's go for that. And we have the political power to start reducing this unrest in the first place. So what we got here? So we got 46 political power. Let's install loyal administrators. Alright, so that goes to medium. I guess we'll just we'll see if we can spam that twice in this one province. It still seems like it would be available if you have political power. Germany requests Ottoman support. I thought we were supposed to be neutral or whatever, right? Like we were not ready for that. Let's just send the supplies and volunteers for now. There we go. Okay, so like that seems like that's a pretty good way to get this resistance down. Or unrest down. The resistance seems to be dropping all over the place anyways. Except for here, so maybe we go for this area next. It's also very high. Kurdistan. Increase employed Turk program. So we already centralized those. I think there were like 2 states in Iraq, right? Is that right? And we also did Basra. So there's 1, 2, 3 that we did. Kirkuk, I can't remember if this was before or not. And Aleppo, we could increase. We might as well. So how much did we get off our national spirit after doing that? %. So we have 1% base. It is plus 1% per state. It's a pretty nice benefit, though. This might be a little optimistic to go for at the current time. So I noticed we lost our 150% for excavation. Like, maybe this was mistagged and that 150% was supposed to be for an excavation tech. So I think that's probably a bug. But we were able to get construction 4 or 5 rushed real quick, so I mean, I'll take that. That's real strong. Land doctrine. Let's maybe start working on our air doctrine. They're not giving us anything. Let's get from the Swiss, I guess. They're like neutral or something, right? So like they're a fair game to trade with, I guess. And that gives us research for military police, which maybe we want. Like if we have a surplus of support equipment, let's just throw the military police into here. Heavy tanks. We're at 38, so we need 5 more experience. And there goes the Kaiser. Yikes. The Reichspakt collapsed? Really? Really? How does Germany capitulate when they still have all this stuff? I guess is that like calculated from the Reichspakt's total victory points or something? Well, I mean, I guess it was good that we didn't join in there. We'd be dragged into this war. We'd just be dead, wouldn't we? I mean, like, I don't think our 2 stacks of, like, not even full stacks of infantry are going to be helping out all that much. So that's bad. I guess we're doing the Istanbul Pact in deterrence. Yeah, I guess that choice is made up for us now, isn't it? So a bit of a dull video. So I guess it'll be the Sultan stands alone against the Russian Titan. We'll have to get steel from somewhere else. I don't know. Let's get it from the PSA. Get one from there, and I don't want to trade with syndicalists. I don't want to trade with the Russians. We trade with our puppet. Alright, so let's see if we can... that got us no stability. Yeah, I thought the Reichspakt was like doing good this game, but I guess they just, I guess it fell apart. It fell apart like in a, bam, just like that. I think they were doing fine until Austria joined, and then Austria just caused them to lose. Like it looks like that's basically what happened. Get this out of the way here. Expand the Meklis Umumi, I guess. Okay. Whatever. So that sucks. Like we lost our attaché then. I should have sent that to PSA or the AUS. Fuck. Just can't catch a break this campaign. We got all these units over here, probably going to sit in ports doing nothing because we can't request them. Wonderful. So we got that. I don't know if I'm going to build those fighters though. They might wait for the next model. And if we're not going to have, well, hopefully we do get air superiority, but I guess that's not a guarantee. We should probably actually be researching some support companies. We have a lot of mountains, so like maybe maintenance would be helpful. Or you know what? Like we don't have mech, do we? Let's just get this upgrade, and like that upgrades the hardness of your trucks by 100%. It's like that's like a pretty strong one to have. And steel. Low trade influence. Well, trade with the Japanese. I mean, I guess we're pretty neutral with the Japanese, right? It's a long ass focus too. So I guess we'll just try and build ourselves up in time to hold off the Russians. And they could come for Persia, or they could come for us first. I think this, I was looking at this at the end of the last video, I think this is like our weak tile here. Doesn't look like he's that interested, or you know what, he might have already done the focus and he has the decisions available. Opening of the Zuwara-Tripoli track. As part of the railroad program in Tripolitania, the line between the cities of Zuwara and Tripoli was opened today. The station of Tripoli, which was renovated as part of the Benghazi-Tripoli construction, was hereby also been reopened and was home to the festivities. Many other Tripolitanian heroes who fought during the Weltkrieg were also present, and even Prince Osman Fuad came all the way to the city to celebrate the entry to the Industrial Revolution to the Tripolitanian provinces. How grand. So I guess that's like a celebration for the train we built. So this is 35 pp for a little bit of integration. So we can do 3 more lower unrest. So let's look at our resistance map and see like maybe where are we high. So that's a very high. This we drop to high, and do we get a stability boost? Yes, we do get quite a bit of stability if we go from high to medium. But very high to high seems to not do much. So let's try this again. Click, nothing, click, stability. Okay, so that's... So I guess very high still counts as high. We'll finish that off there. So I guess we'll just use that template. That's probably fine. We can afford that. Let's get maybe another factory on motorized. Iron Guard achieve total control. That's nice for the Iron Guard. Bulgaria's dead, so I don't think anyone else's claims on us there. So I think our main concern now is that we're going to have to withstand the onslaught of the Russians. Does India have any war goals? I don't think they do against Persia. Let's take a look here. Nepal, Burma, Siam, Ceylon, Goa. Yeah, so they don't have any war goals against us. Vietnam capitulates. Some more factories on heavy tank, maybe. Who cares about Vietnam, though, right? So our stability is coming along. We're almost at normal stability now, so that's nice. And our political power gain is okay. So, like, this kind of reminds me of like the UK, where like it just takes you so long to stabilize. Although we still do have like our stack of infantry. But like the position you're in is like I would have liked to go to war into the Caucasus there, but we were just not ready to enter Weltkrieg 2 at the time. Let's get this rifle off. We'll swap that over, hopefully. Yeah, we'll swap that over. Like, we're going to have to stop making divisions soon, too. Like, we're just going to run out of manpower. So, you might as well switch over to better guns if we're not going to be deploying guys in the field. Alright, we can do a few more of these resistance downs, too. That's medium, very high. High, so we can get this for free. So probably we should be looking for areas that are high. If we're just trying to fix our stability for now. So there's a high, there's a very high, there's a medium. Medium, medium. Alright, so this one's high. We'll do this to get that to medium. That should get us some stability. And there was another high over here, right? Yeah, here. We'll do that. Look at some more. We're almost at 50. We have heavy SP anti-air 3. Nice. We're going to be able to have 3 heavy tank units, and we'll be able to stick them in the mountains there. That should be pretty difficult for the Russians to deal with. Fortunately, our tank guy is learning defense, which is Not ideal. Construction, that's excellent. We're only getting a few from trade. Like maybe we should be researching excavation techs. October 1941. Let's get engineers. We have quite a few guys with engineers. And we can do a few more of the so what's the difference between medium and high? So to go from high to medium is better than to go from medium to low. For stability. So we'll do that. That gets us to 50. These don't have that problem. And there's a very high. Very high. Then we wait for another 2 and we'll do we'll hit a very high. This is 100 days. Let's okay, so what's the longest one that's going to take us for these ones that we can do? It's probably one of these centralized. Yeah, 200 days there for Greece. And that's something to do with the Aegean Islands. Every owned state unrest will decrease. Like maybe that's one we want to pick. But yeah, let's grab that next. Great. Okay, so we're gonna do another one that has very high resistance. Sort that out. Great. Yeah. Pete Kaiserreich clicking fucking buttons. Spending political power. Maybe I should get if we have enough. I don't know. I think we should be fine without having Mountaineers over here. That should be okay. Do we want to do unrest in every state? Because we do have a bunch of stuff that causes. Like maybe we should save some of these for later. Because I imagine if you get to very low, you don't get credit. Like you can't bank these. I wouldn't think. Wasn't there something about like status of the autonomous regions? Okay. Beirut, Syria. So if we do this and then we do this, unlock those decisions, then we can take this and like cancel that out. This gives us 100 political power too. So let's do that and start getting those missions. 100 days. And Greek, I think, yes. Greek needs this this thing first. The Kurds have this 401, which is extend authority over Kurds. So you have to have that specific focus, and they're going to take the longest time. Arab Peninsula. You need Vilayet of Al-Hassa. And that's going to take... So we can get this 200 days, looks like. So them and Greece probably are the fastest ones to get. Do you want to do mech? Or do you want to do Amtrax? We have production for that. know if we need Amtraks in Russia. I guess there are a lot of rivers over here. Of course, getting the extra soft and hard attack over here is nice for just having like a huge amount of stats in your unit. And we probably don't have that many special forces anyways. I don't know. Let's get that growth. Maybe we should go retention. I think we're going to want to build planes eventually, so having growth, if we put a bunch of factories on that, will probably be helpful. And we're building a bunch of factories right now too anyways. So the Arabs, we need which focus for this 200-day one? Status of the autonomous regions. Which we're working towards anyways. French state has capitulated. Well, I don't know if the Third Internationale has war goals against us now. We'll grab this, and then maybe we'll slam this down over here. Cancel out the unrest we just got. And we get decision to restrict Arab nationalist newspapers. We're researching right now. Okay, that stuff's fine. Fighter, I don't think we have. Yeah, our fighter manufacturers aren't great anyways, so that's fine. Don't deal with that. It's probably a peace deal or something. Bangkok. Yeah, sorry this is like a bit of a boring video. Like, maybe I should have just went the other way, joined the Reichspakt and smashed into here, but like I think we would have got fucked the way that played out. I mean, we would have been at war with India. We would have been at war with the Balkan guys over here with Greece, and we would have been at war with the Internationale. I think we'd have just got overwhelmed given the amount of area we would have to cover. And that would set us back pretty far. I'm assuming if we have to lose all these territories in war, it would set us back pretty far in terms of like actually centralizing our stuff. So I think that would have been like maybe like I think to do that would have been like a little bit suicidal. That's 50 days. That's still for 300 days. So we have to do this over here. We need to continue Ottoman naval project. That's in Tripolitania. Okay, Iraqi. I think we already did. So Iraqi, we're never going to need to do this stuff, right? Because we already integrated all the Iraqi states. Like, so we can just close that forever. And the Kurds. I think we're doing that stuff right now, anyways. So this is 100 days. That's 100 days. That's instantaneous, so Yeah, so we just need to wait for that for the status of the autonomous regions to go. So AM capitulates. And this over here will get us on the path to dealing with the Kurds. Like, maybe we do that. Stability -5. Yes, like I think we'd want to do all the ones that give unrest, and then we'll cancel all that stuff out with this one over here. Extend authority over the Kurds. And Fighter 2 is probably good enough. Start getting 10 factories on Fighter 2s. Engineer company. I think we'll need this political power for stuff too. Okay, so we have... Oh, is there one over here for like land doctor or something we could grab? Engineers, technology. Yeah, probably don't need those forts. And there's something about some naval project. You guys, this thing over here. All right, so this thing over here. So we were gonna do, I think Greece, was it? Yeah, Greek islands we can do now. So we'll do abolish the Mestiferat. Okay, so that will increase, and we'll get 20. So that's instantaneous. So we'll do this 200-day one. 100 days. I mean, there's like, yeah, I guess it's just 35 political power, so that's fine. Aegean Islands, Dodecanese, Cyprus, and Smyrna. So Cyprus is very high. Very high. What's resistance though? Not a whole lot. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do all these. They can't go higher than very high, right? Yeah, it didn't seem to actually hurt our stability at all. What? When did that happen? Fall of Riyadh? As Saudi is driven back by the forces of Muhammad Ali in the 19th century, who recognized Rashidi victory. I mean, didn't that happen like a long time ago? Like, let's go maybe with mechanized. And one thing about Turkey is like you get a lot of building slots. So if you're left to build up, you can get pretty strong. I see that hasn't really changed here. It looks like. Authority over the Kurds. So we did all that stuff. Is there anything else that's going to give us negative? That we're going to have to do that's going to give us unrest. Can't do any of that. Unrest will decrease. Remove national spirit, institutionalized Islam. Yeah, it's like this is pointless. Policy of deterrence. We lose 1% recruitable population if we do that, though. Maybe we should. Do we have to be at peace to do this? You never know when Russia's going to come for us, so maybe we want to do that. I did just take a bunch of stuff that increased our stability, though, so our resistance. Let's just go ahead and take this. It's 10%, 5, 5, okay. And the Kurds we can do now too. So 400 days will do that. Then we'll do that. And this is 200 days, so I guess we'll just do that. And we need reform the conscription system. Where's that at? Reform conscription. Not seeing reform conscription. Alright, let's see where we land after this. Lift a ban on political parties. And then we'll spend some political power to deal with some unrest, keep our stability going up. These guys are probably all socialist. Don't want to trade with socialists. Alright, so we'll ban on political organizations, and then we'll try and do this, I guess we'll do this policy of deterrence. Alright, where can we increase autonomy? Probably want to do this here, so we're low. Low, so in Egypt we can do this. And I think that gets us bonus manpower, right? Or no, this gives us 100%, right? This gives us province. So we do that. And there's like low and very low. And low is minus 1% stability. Manpower, manpower, manpower. Okay, so we got these ones up and we put them up to medium. So then let's also do that. No, that's still low. We need some more political power for that one. That's fine, though. So our stability is now 85%. That's insane. How did it get that high that fast? Okay. we get bonus production even now. That's pretty sick. We're making almost 2 political power per day even after taking national focus. Christ. So I guess that's what you'd want to do, right? Like you increase it, and then you slam this down. I think we had one that was still at medium that we just did though, right? That we increased and left it there. Make that medium. Yeah, and look at our manpower shooting up there too. Oh, 24. We're out of equipment, so let's not do that. Add another unit of tanks. Brazil joins the Entente. So Sinai, we could also just do that, and we're still low. We're still at every non-Turkish state outside of Anatolia centralized by the government. So that seems to have not increased past the initial +4 we got, though. So do that. And yeah, we do lose some. Yeah, we lose the 1% recruitable population there, so I mean that's a bit sad. War support and stability. Balkan Accords, Greco-Turkish Accords, promote Muslim solidarity. Curtail religious organizations, could do some infrastructure stuff, or let's and we don't really need that. What's the one that's gonna help us do this other centralization stuff? We can just get out of the way. We need, okay, so we can just do that, but this we need focus, create Vilayet of Al-Hassa. So that's down here. I guess let's requires Kedivit. So I guess we'll never be able to do that then. So we'll never be able to do the but this is at 60% already. So this would get us to 70. This would get us to we can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. So we'll never be able to get this up. That's as far as we'll be able to go for the Arab Peninsula. Yeah, it's like okay. Tripolitania is at 45. This increases it by 50. So we just need one more. And we need the continue the Ottoman naval project. I don't think that's the right name. Okay, we just need this one over here. Okay, so let's grab this. Continue doing centralization. Do you need to be at peace for all of the deterrents? I better check. No, we don't. Let's maybe have these guys train. Get them up to regular status. So Medina, we can push up. You guys are all as integrated as you're gonna get. What about the stuff over here? I clicked on an airbase. You centralized. You're centralized. You are not centralized. This is a Kurdistan stuff, I think. You could be. And you could. And we just need a couple more political power, and that'll drop back down. It says that, but like this is still at +4. It's like that's a bit disappointing, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I mean, there are probably a lot of states over here though, so that might get obnoxious pretty fast if they handed that out, I guess, too easily. It's every centralized or centralist? Alright, so we did that. That was at Tripolitania, right? So we'll do this and we'll be able to start doing Tripolitania, I guess, in 150 days. Let's do promote Muslim solidarity. So Islamic countries will like us. And we're almost out of time for this video. So I mean, like, this was like pretty dull, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it is what it is. I think like Russia's gonna come for us eventually, I think, and unless their tree has been changed, they have the option to do that. Got mech. Let's get that research upgrade while we can. Maybe get some factories on mech before we start doing planes. Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, see if there's anywhere else we can go up. Of course, we're still high, but I mean, there's no downside to being very high, right? I think it's the same negative. I think. Air stability is still 83%.